All right, all right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. A little late to the stream today, but we're gonna get it popping. Let me just switch some settings here, make sure I'm ready for you guys, and make sure that all systems are go. Let's see. Are we? There we go. All right. So yeah, we're gonna be trading. Let me go ahead and show you guys my screen. Where are we at? Right here. There we go. All right. This is the setup I had this morning. I have some other ones that I was looking at with Nas, but I didn't take. Because I noticed that price was doing something very interesting this morning. So, oh wow, Maximus, a good afternoon. From the what does that say? From where I can't see your comment because of the way this crazy thing is. But good afternoon, Maximus FX. Glad to have you back. You're the first one in here, man. I should start giving prizes for people who are first. I should start giving prizes for people who are first, man. Shout out to you. That's fire. I'm gonna be showing you guys today the setup that I had, which is this, and what I'm currently looking at. Oh wow, Harriet, I said first. I'm not even say nothing about that. Um, but yeah, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, everybody. We're gonna get straight to it. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm looking at. There are a couple pairs that I was looking at this morning. I'm gonna explain my position, why I took those, and then maybe we can find one more trade, one more setup before the day is over. All right. Oh, wow. There's already 6 people in here. Shout out to everybody who's in here. I'm going to be showing you guys my positions, what I'm looking at, things like that. So let's start off with US 30. All right. Let me break down what I was looking at when it comes to US 30. Sanjay Kumar said, always waiting. That's what's up, bro. Love to all of you guys. You guys are so loyal. You guys are amazing. I love doing this because of you guys. This morning, this is what I was looking at. All right. So let's go back just a little bit. All right. So let's get to about right here. Let me take some of these things off so you guys can see more clearly what I'm looking at. So what time is it right now? It's 6 o'clock. We need to get to about 8 o'clock. Okay, cool. So I noticed that price is just kind of like within this channel. And this is something I want to share with you guys so that you guys can get familiar with things like this. If you guys start marking up your charts, okay, and you start to notice that price is coming to a specific zone, right? And instead of following regular market structure like this, so let's say it's coming down. So instead of giving us lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, right? Like that, you see it do something like this. So it gives you a lower high. It's a bit of a lower low, but it just kind of like passed this one a little bit. Now it's giving you this stuff and stuff like this. And just know price is about to break above that zone, okay? This, I know it looks like consolidation, but it's not always consolidation. You'll get something like this. You'll see something like a zone like this, okay, where price is consistently coming down to this level, right? Like every time it comes down, it gives us a higher low or a lower high and then a lower low. And then we get to this point, and then what price does is that, let me give you a better example. This is what price is doing. So price has been giving us consistent price action, and what it's supposed to do is this, okay? It didn't do that. It gave us something like this. And now it's like, just peeking its head down a little bit. It doesn't even do that. It goes like this a bit, comes down, goes like this, and like it's just forming this weird act. Just know that because price isn't respecting this zone and it's peeking its head a bit and stuff like that, eventually you're going to get something like this, okay? It's going to break through. All right, so I hope that's clear. So that's what happens here. You can see that price comes down. Okay, we're having lower highs, lower lows, okay, lower highs, lower lows, lower high, and then it doesn't really break this level at all, okay? Kind of comes down in here, plays around a little bit, starts peeking its head against that, right? And then eventually starts creating a channel. When you see that price is not really, because it's supposed to take this and then just continue downwards. It's not doing that. It's just like hovering around this zone. So what you're expecting is this. So this is what I was waiting for in the morning. So when price came to this point, it's 8:45. Let's get to 9 o'clock. When price came to this point, this is what I was looking for. Okay, I was waiting for price to essentially break this zone, like fully towards the upside, because there's no other move that's really gonna happen. Now, usually with things like this as well, as you guys know, whenever we see things like this, it's supposed to break down. But because of how price is moving over here, I can't really take that too serious. So what ends up happening is that around 9:25, price starts expanding towards the upside. All right, so we get our massive massive bullish push towards the upside. So price has just skyrocketed, completely broken the structure. It's all up in this zone, okay? And this happened across NAS, okay? If I go back, I can show you. This happened across NAS, where NAS came down, wasn't really respecting this level, like to go down, and then eventually it broke past it, okay? And it did it to other pairs as well. So what ended up happening is that I waited for price to come here. Now there's something that I've noticed. This line here represents something I'm gonna share with you guys as I test it some more, but it's a bit accurate for if you want to catch a reversal, even if it's against the trend. That line that I'm marking up now on my charts is very, very useful. So what I did is I just waited for my pattern, and this time you just get in. I'm starting to see that with the way the market is moving now, if you see something like this and price breaks, you can possibly just get in because price doesn't retrace that much anymore. It's usually going down to your TP and then coming back up. And then what I'm finding is that when I wait for price to return, it actually takes me out. So I'll show you what happened. Aiming for a 1 to 2, okay? Price comes down, takes you out just as news hits, and then guess what happens? Okay, it comes back this way, and eventually it takes you out. All right, so I've started to notice that a little bit, so I start entering a position here just to be safe, and then letting the rest kind of play out the way it's supposed to. So essentially, this is what took place, and this is where we are now in the market. All right, so I hope that makes sense to you guys. I just explained. Let me go back a little bit. I just explained over here what I was looking for and what I'm anticipating. So, all right, so let's talk about what is going to happen now. You guys can see, you know, I don't usually use support and resistance. I just mark it out for you guys. But recently, as I've been marking out for you guys, I've started to see that it kind of gives me an idea of some important levels, okay? When you look at how price is responding to certain areas, you can see, all right, cool. When we get here, we should anticipate something. So it's not my point of interest, but it's just a marker for me to know in this zone, we might get a point of interest or something interesting happening there. So essentially, now that price has come down here and done this, okay, this may be a reversal. Like this is a steep, where's the Fibonacci? This is a steep push, okay? We might get a retracement up to somewhere here and go down, but because these pairs are naturally bullish, I'm anticipating that we might actually come back up to this zone, okay? I don't think this zone is going to be the one that brings us back down. I could be wrong. Because these pairs are naturally bullish, I'm anticipating it's going to go up somewhere and then come back down. All right, so what's happening now is price is kind of hovering around this zone. You can see it's starting to build this little, okay? And then we have this. All right, so what does that mean? From retail patterns, that tells you that price can do one of two things. It can do this, where it's, you know, and then break up, okay, towards the upside, or it can do all of that and break down, okay? What we have to figure out is what is the most likely case. For me personally, because of the way price manipulates on indices, I can see it literally coming back down somewhere over here and still continuing up. And I can also see it just breaking towards the upside and going, right? I'm not going to really be paying attention to this because this is not something that I'm interested in right now. My point of interest was here. I have nothing really on the downside because there was no gaps left. So for me, it's just one of those where I'll most likely stay out the trade. If price does come up somewhere within this zone, this is what I'm anticipating. If there's any retracement towards the downside for today, it'll probably be in around here because of this zone. Whew. All right, let me get back to the chat real quick. Maxon said, it simply means the end of the trend and the momentum build up to break to the opposite side. Yeah, that's usually what's happening, right? Price is just like literally losing volume, losing steam, losing a bunch of things, and it's essentially just going to most likely reverse. All right. I said from price action, the longer a consolidation, the less likely the trend is likely to continue. It'll be the onset of a reversal most of the time, for sure. Kado said, I think the methods of trading use a repackaged version of SNR. Bro, I could agree with that still, to be quite honest. You can break a lot of things down to all the retail trading strategies that we knew before. A lot of people say, oh, you know, that's retail and stuff. But everything, first off, a lot of strategies work. And two, there's a saying that we stand on the shoulders of our predecessors, right? So like we build on top of what's already been. That's what innovation is. They say don't reinvent the wheel, right? So you don't have to make a brand new wheel. The wheel has already been made, but you can make it better, right? You can change some of its characteristics and properties and make the wheel more efficient. This is what trading essentially is. All the strategies we come up with and we see, and any new ones that will come out, will always be something that was built on top of the previous understanding, even if it seems like it's new. There's a Bible verse that says there's nothing new under the sun, and trust me, that verse is true. We innovate, but to really create something brand new, it's always based off of something that already existed. Anyways, I digress. So let's go ahead and look at some other pairs. Mozart say, yo, what up? I'm not screaming. I'm pumped up. That's what's up, Mozart. Welcome back to the chat. Welcome back to the live. What's good? What's good? Bright Vlog said, your Discord link says invalid, bro. This is Bright Evans. Oh, Bright, what's good? What's good? All right, my fault. Let me see if I can get you guys a new Discord link. I'm going to have to pause this just in case there's a message of somebody in here that is sensitive, right? So 1 second, guys. Not pause, just take the screen off. Let me see if I can. Yeah, there you go. People's addresses and all that stuff are up for the accounts I was making for them. So thank God that I did not show that live. Copy. Set this link to never expire. And then let me paste it right here. Okay. And as always, I need somebody to comment just to push the comment up so that I can pin it, because I'm always blocked by the emoji button over here, so I can't pin it right away. So thank you. Thank you. Jeffrey said, fam. Yo, what's good? Jeffrey, what's good? Welcome back, baby. What's good? What's good? All right, so the message is pinned. So the Discord link, this is the new one, guys. It should work. If it doesn't, let me know. Hilomi said, hey, fam, smash the likes. I'm just back from you guys. Episode above. Alex G. Oh, so Marcus released it. Oh, gosh, I haven't even watched it yet. But yeah, guys. First off, shout out to you, Ilomi, always pumping up the chat to smash the like button. Please smash the like button, guys. It helps with the algorithm. It helps with somebody, a creator of my size. I do all these things for free, like I always say. I'm not charging nobody, not a single thing. But anyways, on that note, I'm opening up the channel. It should happen today, where you guys can, some of you guys are requesting one-on-one calls. That should be available real soon. All right. So by today, site everything should be done, and that should be an open channel. All right, so I already explained what my position was this morning, the trade that I took, what we're kind of looking at now. Let's go look at some other pairs. Do you guys want to do more indices, or you guys want to do more Forex? What do you guys want to do? I kind of already went over NAS a little bit, similar to what happened. Let's take a look at SPX. SPX. Let's see here. Is this the one? Yeah. So the SPX, kind of a similar story over here. If that's Alex's exposure, true, that'll be great. Yeah, I know. Honest to God, that was, to be honest, bro, that video was a little tough to make. I'm not biased or anything. I usually don't care for anything, but I'm not somebody who watches him consistently, but he just seems like a cool dude, right? So I even had to ask Marcus within the video what happened, because apparently there was some crazy stuff that happened with Rocket 21 and stuff like that. He doesn't come off like a horrible person, but again, what you start to realize in this industry, guys, is there's a lot of shady, dodgy people. Like even the people who look the best do some crazy things, right? So unfortunately, and the evidence presented against him, bro, it's hard to argue, because in the video, one of the stuff was the screenshot that the person posted where you can see, like, if you go on your monthly, what's the word? So basically you have time periods, right, that you can select to see your trades within that period. So you have the daily, I think you have the weekly, and then you have the monthly. If you've been trading within that month, within that week, within that day, the trades should show, including your balance, your withdrawal, that stuff. For him, nothing showed. So it's hard. It's a little hard to argue that. Anyways, guys, we're not going to talk about this on the stream because I know these things get sticky and it can derail us. So we'll just leave that alone. All right, let me go ahead and get back to the stream here. It said, does anyone know if you can use SMT divergence in US 30, because when I'm older, I don't want to switch indices for prop firms to indices for. I don't do divergence. I won't lie to you. I see it. I kind of understand it. I don't do divergence. So somebody else is going to have to take that up in the chat. Jeffrey said, guys, I'm left with 1% drawdown on my challenge account. You think it's possible to come back? Yes. Listen, it's going to be a very slow climb, but because you have that 1% left, you can't risk the whole 1%. You're going to have to treat that 1% like it's 4% or 5%. So break your positions down into 0.25s or even 0.10s or something like that, okay? So that you can slowly build and keep yourself in the game. Eventually, you'll make back another percent. You can increase your percentage as you go. Let's say you do that, you make another 1%. Maybe you can go from 0.25 to 0.5, right? Or 0.5 0.35 or 0.45, whatever the case is. And essentially, as you're building more, you can risk a little bit more. Do not risk the last 1% on a, you know what I mean? And I hope to God, Jeffrey, I don't know if you won one of the challenges, but I hope to God it's not the challenge that I bought you. Let me know. Shosho say, yo, what's up? Y'all having a great trading week? Yes, sir. What's up, Shosho? What's good? All right, so we're going to look at some other pairs here. Let's take a look at, I took a brief look this morning at, was it GBP-CHF? Yeah, I took a brief look this morning at GBP-CHF. I was anticipating that one of these two zones would give me this, and because I was not here, I wasn't able to get into the trade. Plus, I don't trade Forex, so this would have been something that I'd have to stand by and watch. But essentially, this is what I would be looking for if I hopped into this trade. I gave it a quick analysis because I'm like, just in case my people ask me, let me, because yo, guys, to be honest with you, since I got back, I feel like I'm still in vacation mode. It's so crazy to get back into the workflow. There's so much stuff to get back to, so much stuff to do, and my mind is still like, bro, I'm missing the sun and the nice things of where we were. So essentially, this is what I was looking at for a GBP-CHF, and I think I did Euro JPY as well. I was anticipating price to come back to that level. It didn't. It came back here, but then it tanked. So that is something I'm not going to look at for sure. Let's see what else we got. Professor said, howdy fam, XAU USD did me dirty today. Okay, let's take a look. I already told you guys how I feel about gold. One day I'm going to do a series called Revenge Trading where I'm going to go back and make back all the money gold took from me. Gold broke my soul, bro. Gold is one of those. All right, so let's just take a quick look at gold. Let me take these off real quick. All right, so I got to go up a little bit more, to see what's going on here. Perfect. So you can clearly see gold has a nice structure that it's formed right here. And then gold came down into this level and is pushing towards the upside. So let me go down. Let me see what we could have looked at for gold. Obviously, there's nothing to the right. You would essentially just wait for a price to give you your pattern. At this point, on a higher time frame, this is what you need before you start looking into buys. You need price to not just wick like this. You need it to give you a strong break above this level before you consider taking buys for gold. On the smaller time frame, let's go back a little bit. How would we have traded this? 815, that's good enough for me. So at this point in the morning, price has already come down into the zone and given me my pattern. So I've already missed this train. There's nothing I could have done with gold this morning because by the time I was at the charts, this happened at 5 a.m. I wouldn't have been able to do anything with that. So as of right now, there's not really anything I can do except maybe take one of these gaps here towards the upside. But again, I wouldn't do that because price hasn't broken that. So this could be a retracement. So for gold, we'll see what happens. But if you want to let me know what exactly happened with gold, Professor, I would love to break it down. We can analyze it and take it from there. All right. Caramel said, yo, what's good, Caramel? What's good? I asked you if I could call you Carmelo the other day. I think you said you don't care. So I'm going to try to call you Caramel. But if I call you Carmelo, you already know what's good. Someone recommended, sorry, I can't pronounce your name. It's in a different language, but they said USD JPY. So let's do that. USD JPY. Have we done USD JPY before? I think this might be the first. I don't think we've ever done USD JPY. So let's take a good look at USD JPY. Let's see, bro. I'm hoping we can find a trade that we can take today. But by the time I come on live, it's always like getting past my session and stuff. So it makes it a little challenging. All right, on the weekly. So here we have a pair that, as you can see, up, down, up, consolidates a little bit or slowly climbs up, breaks down, and now it's in this trend. So, I mean, clear as day, this is a bearish pair. Okay? Clear as day, this is a bearish pair. However, as you can see in recent times, we have broken this side and we're making our way towards the upside. So we have to ask ourselves, is this something that's going to break these highs or is this something that's going to retrace? That is the question. All right. Considering it's most of the time a bearish pair, I am going to be looking for a structure first. So something like this, right? To see this might be a zone. Nothing close to that area. Can't really count that. Again, it's bearish, but I have to wait. So you can see even on the weekly here, until price kind of breaks here, I can't even, again, if I'm like, long term, I can't really get into anything. No, maybe I can. But anyways, it's a bearish pair. I'm somewhat bearish for this. So I'm going to be looking at it from a different standpoint, even though we've been going bullishly. Even though we've been going bullishly for for the last couple of days. You can see that, guys, by the way, I'll draw trend lines, but I don't trade trend lines, okay? Yeah, I feel like you need way more confluence and a lot more things to trade trend lines. But long story short, it's a bearish pair. We've been bullish. We've broken below this trend line. So again, my position is still, bearish. There's a couple gaps up here, right? Before I even consider going to long-term buys, I need price to really give me more than this. So for now, let's say I am bearish, okay? So let's go down to the 4-hour. We can see here on the 4-hour, I'm looking for some form of structure I can use to confirm some things. It looks like, nah, that's not great. You could kind of get away with this, but to me, that's sloppy. That's not really a good trend line. And then you have this, which makes the most sense. So I think this would be a better trend line for me. Yeah, I think this would be a better trend line for me. So we have price going above this, breaking down. This is the next low that it's aiming for. Okay, so let's go down to the 1-hour. This is a very sloppy analysis, by the way, guys. Price has broken this low as well. Again, we're just going towards the downside. So for me personally, I'm bearish, but at this point, because of where we are in the market, I would be waiting for price to break some other forms of structure or to give me so I'm waiting for price to get to this line here. Okay, right now I'd probably have an alert set, and I'm waiting to see what price kind of does around here. It's when price gets into this zone that I would consider if I was going to buy something within here. There's a couple gaps over here. I wouldn't really touch it. This is a pair that prehistorically goes down. And since I'm new to this, I would wait to see how it responds to this level. Nonetheless, if it does come down to this level, 1 second, guys. There's one more right there. Right, I don't like to use gaps so far away. It's never really a good idea. They don't really respect them that much. But if price comes down to this level, I'm going to wait to see how it responds. If it gives me my famous pattern, right, then I would consider taking it for a quick scalp. So if I'm swinging on this pair, I'm really waiting for some more confirmation. Because right now, price has broken this, given us like bearish move. Even though we've been going bullish for the last couple, months, right? We've been bullish. Still, because it's a pair that primarily goes down, I'm going to just watch it to see what it's doing. And I could force some trend lines on here, like maybe something like this, but I don't want to because the structure hasn't formed enough for me to make an informed decision off those trend lines. So let me just say this. My position on USD JPY is that I'm bullish. The only way I'm considering bearish. The only way I'm considering a bullish position is if I'm scalping on the 1 minute for a quick 1 to 2 from something within these zones. That's it. All right, so that's all I'm gonna say for USD JPY. It's not really, I don't like the way that its structure is set up. I don't know what it is. On the higher time frame, it's not bad, right? On the higher time frame, it's kind of easy to follow, but when you're trading it on lower time frames, especially with what it's been doing recently, this is not let me just put it this way, it's not a great position to be in right now at all. Like this is not appealing to me in any way, to be quite honest. I would say if you see something else while you trade this, and you know what I mean, everybody understands their pairs differently and all that stuff. For me, this area, we already missed the train from here to here. This would have been somewhere where I would have considered shorting. We already missed the train. This is the last stand. The last time price came down here, right? Let me zoom in for you guys to see. Came down, went down, came up, and then eventually broke above, all right? And when it broke above and used this as a trampoline, we essentially got something like this, okay? And then price made its way all the way up here. So it's not the greatest pushes from these areas. And even from here, it's not that great. When I'm getting to a zone, I want a zone that when price taps into, I get one of these. Those are the zones I look for because that tells me that there's a lot of juice, a lot of volume at those levels. I can get in for a comfortable trade and hopefully catch a good setup. Cameron said, my USD JPY trade hit TP finally today because of a big sell move. Yeah, hallelujah. Yeah, news came out today, so it really pushed everything towards the downside. If you were here earlier, you saw some of the other pairs that we did. So that's shout out, guys. Put some fire emojis in the chat. What we do over here on this, at least in this family, is if somebody's winning, we put fire emojis in the chat. So put some fire emojis in the chat. I think some people have already done that. by putting some fire emojis. They're already used to it. This is what we do. We support each other. So if you haven't, put some fire emojis in the chat for Carmelo, aka Caramel's Life, because he finally hit TP. He's been holding on to these trades for like a couple days. He's a swing trader. So shout out to you, Carmelo. Congratulations. I need to set up some sound effects and some pyrotechnics, some smoke, some lasers, so we could turn off whenever people win or hit TP. Jeffrey said, no, I didn't win that giveaway. I wish I did. It's a 5K account I bought last month. Okay, got you. Yeah, you'll probably I'm going to do another one on the next milestone. So you should hopefully win that one. Vert is in here. Vert said, what's up, guys? Let's go. Marcus is in here. He said, let's go. What's good, Marcus? The other guy said, what do you think about the funded trader? They didn't give me the 100K coupon. Can we get a refund? Really? Oh, boy. If they didn't give you 100K, when was the last time you spoke to them? Like, have you been hitting them up? Have you been messaging them? Are they responding to you? Let me know, because that's crazy. Okay, Vert said, I got lucky on that gold today. That's what's up, bro. Right? That's what's up. Put some fire emojis on in the chat for Vert as well. That is absolutely fire. Carmelo said, if I would have held my user, I would have been a 1 to 3, but my TP got hit at a 1 to 2. Bro, ain't nothing wrong with 1 to 2s. I take 1 to 2s and I make good money. So I'm good. 1 to 2s is fine. 1 to 3 is even better, I won't lie. But the most you should be happy about is that your trade hit TP. That is the best thing. Marcus just said, let him cook. Well, Lola said, let's go. That's what's up. K.W's, Israel, fire. See, I love these people, man. Look at all the fire emojis, the flames, the explosives. This is the best community on YouTube. I don't care what no one says. Carmelo said, I'm like one of the few swing traders left. I know, right? Swing trading is a dying art. It's like driving a stick, driving a manual car. If you live in Canada and you have a manual car, you don't need a security system. People can't drive it. You're good. All right, fire emojis in chat. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Jeffrey said, has TFF said anything to you? TFF joined my Discord and messaged me privately on Discord and on Instagram. So they said they're gonna reach out to me eventually about something else. I'm waiting for their response. So we'll see what happens there. Fire's in the chat. That's what's up. Bright put fire. Marcus put fire. And my man over here put, do you trade on funded accounts? Yes, I do. I do trade. I just don't show. So in the morning, here's the thing, guys. I'm thinking of possibly opening up another channel where certain people can trade with me live in the morning. The reason why I don't always enter, usually if I come on stream while I'm in a trade, it's because I've already entered it. I just need to focus. There's so much going on, guys. I have 9 accounts that I'm trading. 9 accounts. So it's going to be hard for me to stream and manage all those accounts while I'm talking to you guys. I get so distracted when you guys are here. I always say, let's take a trade. And then by the time we're done talking and analyzing a few pairs, it's 11 o'clock. That's what happens every day. So I do trade funded accounts. I am considering trading with you guys live, but I got to sort that out. Cameron said, everyone is a scalper nowadays for real. Because it's because of these challenges, bro. These challenges make it very difficult to be a swing trader. That's what I personally feel. The challenges make it so that, because if I have to wait 3 days for my setup and another 2 days for it to play out, and I've got to make 8%, then I either have to risk more on my positions or, figure something else out. So what happens is that a lot of people are just trying to pass these challenges. So they learn to scalp, right? And then most people are naturally impatient. So scalping appeals to a lot of people because, for example, if I take a trade, I'll show you this trade this morning, right? Look at this. You enter here. Look at how many minutes it takes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 18 minutes, I'm out the trade. This is considered a long trade for me. Most of my trades are 5 minutes, especially around New York Open. You see what I'm saying? The longest trade I've ever held is 4 hours, and that was when I used to do a little bit of swing and day trading, okay? But when I'm scalping, half an hour is too long. If I'm in a trade for half an hour, I know something is off, okay? So most people love scalping because you can get in, get out, and still make percentages. It's more risky, it's more dangerous, it's more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just more risky, right? But the rewards can be great if you really know what you're doing. So as we were talking about earlier, guys, we said that price essentially is kind of forming this thing here, and it could break towards the upside, and that's what it's done. And now it's come back into my second area of interest. Am I going to get into another trade? There's a good chance I will not because of the time. It's 10:47. By the time anything forms, I don't know if I could take it. If price breaks this level here, I'm not going to touch it because it's not at my point of interest. It's just at a regular zone that I marked up. So I'm going to wait for price to get into this one instead. This one. All right, so all right, back to the charts and the chat. Mozart said the lies. I've been swing trading since 2022. You're not the only one. LOL. Oh, Mozart is offended, bro. You got to take that back. Carmelo, you got to take that back. You're not the only one. It's not a dying breed after all. There's a couple of you in here. K-Dot LMO is because it gives you a rush. Okay, so K-Dot said scalping gives you a rush. I think he said it's addicting to some people. Yeah, that too. Scalping really is like, that's why some people are saying like there's a fine line between gambling and trading, is because of how people trade scalping and trading overall. Let's look at NZD CAD and analyze it. Got you. We'll do NZD CAD right now. I think we did that yesterday because Carmelo, NZD CAD, had us look at some pairs yesterday. Carmelo, did we look at NZD CAD? Maybe not. All right, let's take a look at NZD CAD. Let me just answer some of these chats real quick. I can't pass a challenge. Lost over 5 accounts, but I make some money on live account. Bro, you're just going through that phase. I promise you. Everybody in here who trades or has gone to a funded account can tell you it's a phase. There's just some things that are missing. I'm talking to a trader right now. He's an excellent trader. Like, he's always aiming for like 1 to 8, 1 to 6, 1 to 5s, and he consistently hits them. And then recently, he's like considering trading his strategy. He doesn't want to trade anymore. He's afraid to enter the market. You go through those phases, guys. I'm telling you, it just happens. If you would like, not trying to sell you anything, you can hit me up for a one-on-one when it opens, and I can possibly help you tweak what, because I was explaining to this guy as well, because I could tell by what he was saying what he needs to fix. It's not as bad as you guys think. It's just something has basically made you guys feel like your strategy is not working. At least in his case, that's what he's starting to think, that his strategy stopped working, and it's not. Market conditions change, and sometimes it's just not favorable for your strategy. And I was there where it set me back like 6 months, almost a year, because I kept strategy hopping, thinking it wasn't working, not realizing that the market conditions we were in wasn't presenting good setups, and I was still forcing my strategy on there. There's things like that. There's things like external factors, family, stress, work, a bunch of things that sometimes make you impatient in the way you're taking your trades, or making you kind of entering trades for, like what K-Dot said, the rush. There's a lot of things. So if you're interested, we can do a one-on-one, and I can help you identify what it is, and we can take it from there. This gentleman, bro, you got to tell me what the English version of your name is. I don't want to keep calling you this gentleman, especially if you're a female. What if you're a girl, a woman? So I have 300K on FTMO. Oh, nice. What do you think I need to be my next prop? 5%ers. Next prop should be 5%ers. Those are the top two right now, FTMO and 5%ers. They're just killers. The next one I'd possibly look at is Alpha Capital Group, but I can't stand behind them too much. I haven't got funded with them yet, and they haven't been here too long. So I can only recommend the 5%ers. Cameron said, bro, I'd rather only be in for a day or two, but the longest I've held was like 5 or 6 days. That weekend gap hurt my heart. Bro, 5 or 6 days, bro. How did you sleep? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Mr. R said, what up? What's good, Mr. R? Welcome back to the chat. Welcome back to the family. Welcome back to the live. You let me put some fire emojis with some burning hearts and dynamites. That's what's up, Yulomi. Cameron says, scalping is like playing blackjack. Bro, stop this, bro. Don't disrespect us, bro. Scalpers, we are snipers. If you're a scalper in this chat, bro, what emoji can we use in here? Let me see. I can't tell you to put in a gun. I don't want no issues. Let me see what emojis you can put in here. Are there any arrows? Let me see. Arrow. Yes. If you're a sniper in this chat, give me a bow and arrow. Give me one of these. All right? Give me one of these. If you're a sniper in here, give me one of these. We are snipers, bro. Scalpers are snipers. We get in at like the very bottom, hit the very, man, scalping is an art, bro. Scalping is an art. I don't think that was on the list. Okay, got you. When Forex Funder? As in, when are they coming back? Because I don't know. They reached out to me. I'm waiting for the response. Marcus Agents have facts. My setups didn't work as well today. It happens, bro. Trust me, it happens. You go through some phase. I showed you guys my trading journal before where I had like 3 days in a row where I lost about 6 positions. And then I made it all back up. You just have some periods where these things happen. Let's see here. Jeffrey said, I feel like August was bad for most, including me. At some point, I feel like I can't trade. Yeah, August, you guys, these last couple months have been really weird. April was good for me, I think. And then April was terrible. June was better. April was really bad for me. I think I was like break even. He's okay. So he said, my name is Sa. That's Hebrew name. Oh, really? How do you pronounce it? Can you spell it out phonetically? But it says Sak, I think. That's fire, bro. That is amazing. Israel Victor said, thanks. You're welcome, bro. I'm going to look at NZD CAD just now. All right. Yes, we're getting some bow and arrows in here. Bro, do you know about Malaysian SNR? No, I do not. Explain that to me. Mozart said, snipers are more like swing traders because you have to sit in a position for days until you see the enemy. Mozart, that's a good point. Okay. Think of us as Call of Duty snipers. We quick scope. Put some bow and arrows in the chat, bro. We quick scope. We don't do them waiting forever. We quick scope, bro. We see you, boom. Before the scope is even in our sight, you gone, bro. That's what we do. I'm gonna start a war between swing traders and scalpers. Herman Life said, I would like to learn how to scalp at some point. You should. I know how to do both. I prefer scalping just because of funded accounts, but swing trading gave me the least amount of stress. I was just able to, there were times where, especially when my wife and I were setting up our brick and mortar business, where we had to go, we spent like thousands of dollars on renovations and stuff like that. I would just put in a position, we would drive 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever the case is, and I wouldn't even have to check my positions too often. Yes, go bow and arrows, baby, bow and arrows. Shaq said like Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, okay, Shaq. Okay, so it was Miss. Okay, Shaq. Oh, that's awesome, bro. All right, Shaq, thank you so much for giving me that spelling. Mozart says, show love you to the swing traders. We need love too. All right, guys. Okay, let's find an emoji for swing traders. Let's see if we can. Wait, I think I got one. If you're a swing trader, put this in the chat. I'm kidding. I'll find you guys a better emoji. All right, let's see. Swing traders. What would we put swing traders as? Let's see. Swing traders. You know what? What about someone actually put a snail in the chat? Carol said I refuse, and now you put the snails in there. Oh gosh, that's hilarious. Okay, how about a chef? How about a chef? Right? Because you guys gotta like really put all your stuff together and let your setups cook. Like, you guys really got to trust your setup. Let it cook, let it play out. So I feel like you have to have the patience to put the right things together and just let the recipe work out. So what about a chef? What do you guys think? Mozart said, I love it. He wants the snail. All right, you guys vote. If you want the snail, keep the snail. If you don't, you know what I mean? Do what you got to do. But remember, slow and steady wins the race. We learned from the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise was super slow. The hare was super fast. If you guys don't know the story, a tortoise and a rabbit and a turtle basically went to race. And everybody thought the rabbit got it for sure because the rabbit was like 20 times as fast as the turtle. And what happened was when they started racing, the rabbit, he was Usain Bolt. He was gone, right? And then he got distracted. Something at the side of the race, something on the ground distracted him. He lost focus. He started talking, yapping it up. And the tortoise the whole time was just step by step. And eventually, by the time the rabbit realized, the tortoise had crossed the line first. Slow and steady wins the race. All right, guys. So shout out to all my swing traders in here, man. Slow and steady wins the race. You guys are awesome as well. Show love, guys. Show some love. Put some chef emojis or snail emojis, whatever, in the chat for the swing traders. All right. We love them too. We love them too. And if you haven't, learned to swing yet, you should. It's a very useful skill as well. Oh my god, the snail is better. Okay, it's more true to form. No problem. We gonna keep the snail. Titan said, I'm here, brother. Hey, Titan, what's good? Welcome. You just came at a good spot, man. We having fun over here. We're about to check out NZD CAD. Swing trading, swing like golfers. Oh, that's a good one. You guys choose. You guys want the golfers? That's a good one. Mr. Arsa cooking the market with the snail and the chef. Hey, listen. You guys choose what you want to choose. All I know is that scalpers have the bow and arrow because we are snipers. We do what we do. We're archers. And then for swing traders, what about day traders? What are we going to use for day traders? You guys let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to see what I could cook up on NZD CAD because somebody asked me a while ago and I'm still here just yapping away. All right, let's see. Oh, man, that's hilarious. Okay, so you can see that NZD CAD is one of those. Look at how I'm drawing these arrows, guys. I am not serious. You can see that NZD CAD is a pair that essentially this is all I'm looking at. Okay, this is all I'm trying to understand. What does price do prehistorically? And if I was to really break it down to a simple move, it would be like this: price went down, then up, and now it's come down here. So to me, this tells me at some point we should be going up because it hasn't finished forming yet. It could go all the way down, but this looks like it should be breaking towards the upside. We have price breaking these highs, so that tells me price has been more bullish than bearish because we broke lows and then broke all-time highs. So that's cool. And then we also have within this range here a little bit of a channel. Okay, don't take it to heart. It's not the best example, but it just kind of to illustrate. So since we have this going on, we have to say, okay, we're overall in a down channel, but we can see how price can, you know what I mean, go towards the upside. We have this level here that price seems to be not able to break, but it's also forming one of these. All right, those of us who know these retail patterns, we can already see what is supposed to happen. Okay, usually with stuff like this, if you're coming down and you do this, you're supposed to be going down. Okay, supposed to do this if you're coming down. This went up then down. It might actually go the other way. Okay, it might actually do this. Oops. It might actually, you know, give us one of these. All right, so this is what we've got to figure out. So by doing this, we understand where we are. We're in a bit of a down channel. Are we bearish or bullish? At this point, because price, again, for the most part, has been making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. This is now making a higher low. We need price to break. Let me show you. We need price to break this level before we can say we have officially a higher high. Okay, so right now we're still somewhat bearish. Let's go down to the lower time frame and take a look. Let's see right here. I want to go back to the chat real quick. Let me close this so I can take a look. Oops, my fault. Okay, so they put the chef in the chat. Titan said, I'm the rabbit. Bro, don't get distracted, bro. You gotta stay focused. Marcus Adrian put the chefs in the chat. That's fire. What was I say, man? You need to get sound effects. That's what I'm saying, bro. I need a soundboard. You guys help me figure out how to get a soundboard so we can really turn this live up. Shaq said, what do you think is the solution for Griddy on prop firm payouts? For Griddy? Am I reading that correctly? I aim for 1 to 2% every payout, but sometimes I try more and it destroys my trading plan. Yeah, oh gosh, that's a topic. That's such a long topic, but let me just say this. If you want to consistently make payouts and stay in the game when you're funded, do not take 1% positions, take 0.5s, okay? And if you hit 2%, you see what I'm saying? And you want to risk a little bit more, don't go for same position, risk a smaller position than that. That way, if it goes against you, you can still keep some of your profits. What people do is that they're like, oh, I'm up 2%. Let me risk a whole 1% or let me risk the whole 2% because I'm, you know, it's the house's money. Don't do that. The most important thing is that you get paid out. Once you build a comfortable enough cushion, you can start pushing your trades a little bit. Learn to make money consistently because, guys, remember, trading is psychological. So the reason why, and people say it all the time, I remember one guy commented, he's like, I think it was African because the way he wrote it, he's like, man, you are taking too long to take these trades. I'm like, bro, I'm not starving. You know what I mean? I don't have to rush to take these trades because I'm not dying for the money. When you have money coming in, you can actually relax and take trades the way that you need to. You don't have to scalp every day because you can be picky with your setups. So if you're getting consistent payouts, do that first. And then as you are building a cushion, you have a bit more money to play with. You can even buy another challenge and start being more aggressive. The thing is to have consistent income coming in first before you start trying to get these 10K days. All right. So just don't go against your plan too much. You've hit 2%. If you hit 2% within a week, don't trade till the next week. All right, that's usually what I do. If I've made like 1 or 2% for the week, I just sometimes just walk away for the week. All right. Sorry about my English. Don't be sorry, bro. Listen, I went to a country where no one spoke English. I appreciate anybody who English is a lot harder than people think. Okay. Let me ask you guys a question. You can see it on my screen, right? What does this say? Well, oh shoot, I can't hear you guys' voice, so you wouldn't be able to tell me what this says. But this is pronounced bow. Okay. This is also pronounced bow. Okay, we have the same word for read is the same word for read. Okay, you have things like this that are not very common in other languages, and it's very difficult when you're reading these things and you don't know how to apply them, when to apply. Anybody who learns English and it's their second language, shout out to you. You guys are G's. All right. So Jeffrey said, I'm now up almost 2% on that account. I took buys before and my session I close now. Hopefully I won't mess up and overtrade. I'm thinking of turning off my laptop. Yes, shut your laptop unless you're on this stream. If you're on this stream, bro, don't just close your trading app, bro. Stay on the stream. But don't touch your trading software at all. Keda said, if trade hits TP and passes by a couple pips, would that actually happen on a funded account? If a trade hits TP and passes it by a couple pips, would that actually happen on a funded account? It might. Those are things like, if I'm not mistaken, like slippage and different market conditions where your trades can sometimes go past your TP and you would actually get those extra profits. It can absolutely happen. It happens all the time in my experience. Mozart said, I'm gonna run with the chef. All right, bro. We'll keep the chef then. All right, we'll keep the chef. Maybe we'll bring out the snail for another day. It says Bo, and then Philip said, I speak 3 languages. Oh my gosh, bro. You guys must have like 4 sections to your brain. One for English, one for whatever the second language, one for the third, and the other one for like probably storing memes. I don't know. That's impressive, bro. Shout out to you. All right, let me do this. I have to focus now because somebody asked for this a while ago. All right, so here is where we are right now on the daily time frame. We can see that price is a little bit in a channel, but it's also at a place of, support and resistance. All right, so what we're looking for is some form of a breakout. What we need to determine is price likely to go up, right? Or is price likely to go down? Now, with cases like this, what if this was indices and it was going down? This is what I would wait for. I'd wait for price to come up into somewhere around here and then go down, because it never just goes straight down. It always manipulates. It takes out everybody's highs first and then goes down, right? So we got to figure that out. All right, so this is the daily so far. If I'm swing trading, I want to be very careful around this area. I am waiting. I'm going to go down to the 4 hour. Okay. This right here, okay, would not be enough for me to get into the trade because it didn't give me my pattern. What I'm looking for to be real, really start considering sells, price got to break here convincingly. I don't want it to wick. I want it to close with a strong candle. That will give me the confidence to say, okay, I can start looking for sells. Because until then, we've been going bullish for the last, when was this? This is since July, okay? For the last couple months, we've been making higher highs and higher lows, all right? So at this point, it's still a bullish trend. I'm waiting for price to break here before I can consider sells. If not, anywhere within this range, I'm taking it up, okay? Now, the reason why I wouldn't be thrilled about taking a buy here is because look at where we're at. We're at a strong support level. So what if you take a buy here, you're gambling, in my opinion. Anything can happen. Anything, right? These areas are known for manipulation. Anything can happen within this zone. It can go up and down until it gives you a clear break. Okay. Now, if I'm scalping, now we can talk. Okay. We can look at things like this. You can see here there was an area of consolidation before a push. Very strong signal. Where are we at? Okay, there was consolidation before a push. Price returned to that level and is pushing up, okay? So we have that. We also have, let me go down to the 15 real quick, see if I can find something here. There we go. We have a gap, again, super far away, so I wouldn't really count this. It's whenever my gaps are too far, I'm not too thrilled to be like, okay, when price gets here, it's just not reliable enough for me, just too far away. I need gaps from like here. If there's a gap here or a gap maybe somewhere around here, I can use that as a, point of interest or something like that. In this case here, it's all the way down there. I would just have to look at this as a point of interest. So let's see if we use this. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting for price on the 1 minute to come down to that zone and give me my famous pattern. What's my famous pattern? Boom, boom. I need it to break down and then go up, and then I take it towards the upside. That's it, okay? In this case here, price came down, went up, and then broke up a little bit. I don't like those. Even though they end up working, I just don't trade those. I've not tested enough for me to have confidence in them. So in this case here, I wouldn't have had an entry, but I would have been bullish around this zone. All right, so that's essentially all that we're looking at. So if you are wondering where to get in, I think I said this pair was a pair that's prehistorically bearish, I think. No, bullish. This is bullish. All right, cool. So yeah. So if you're looking to get into a trade, you could, for example, in this zone here, this was news today. Let's go back a little bit. Let's see how we could have traded this. Okay, let's start at 8:30 because that's when I get into the market. Okay, like right here. Okay, cool. So here we are. If I get to the market, I'm looking for zones like this. All right, cool. Yeah. So I'm starting to look for I'm starting to look for some zones that I can take, right? And hopefully get a trade on. So for example, we have this really tiny gap here. This is all I've got for the entire day. To me, this isn't great, but this is all that I've really got. The next gap is all the way down here. So I am basically going to, wait to see what price does when it gets to one of those two areas. So let's go back down to the 1 minute. Okay. Because I'm anticipating price is going to go up, let's see, right? So it's 8:30. All right. So now price, this is the other thing I don't like. If I'm waiting for price to get to a zone, and let's say I'm waiting for price to come in around here, maybe stop loss below here, whatever. Long story short, my TP is somewhere up here. If price goes to my TP before coming back down to my zone, I don't like to touch it. Because from indices, in my experience, that this is price actually reversing. It happens every time, so I don't take those setups. All right, so let's see what happens. 9:16, 9:30. All right, so price is now within this zone. Let's see if we can maybe get a sell. Ooh, this is getting close to news now. So that's a bit dangerous. Let's see what happens. So price has broken down here. Here's what I can do. I'll show you guys two positions here. Super steep, but you got to be safe. I really won't want price to come past here, to be quite honest with you. Look, this is a negative risk to reward, okay? I wouldn't want price to come back past here. But if I am to take it the way I'm supposed to take it, one sec, right? I have to always aim for 1 to 2. If I don't, it doesn't make sense for me to get into the trade. So now I got to hope that price comes down here. This is why I don't like trading around news for things like this. When you have stuff like this, it's not safe to put your stop loss anywhere else because there's too much volatility within the market. But I'll give you one example. Okay, here's one. We're going to put our stops here. And then we're going to put our... What just happened? Did it just close? Okay, let's try this again. Stops here and TP down here. That's one. And as you guys know, I usually put in a second position just in case, right? Price starts to reverse. Okay, and then I would have to aim for that. And then I'll also show you another position if price comes down to my buy side where I'm looking for on the other one. Okay. Ooh, look at that. So price gives us a strong, price gives us a strong push towards the downside, starts doing this. This tells us we're most likely screwed. Okay. But again, I just want to show you guys how this plays out. Let's see what happens. Okay. All right. So here's where we are right now in the trade. All right. So this is what would have happened today. Again, I wouldn't typically trade news, but this would be the only setup I have. I was waiting for price to come down here, but because we're in this strong resistance level up here, we can always look for things to get into for buys. Okay. So for example, we have this wonderful bearish gap right here. Okay. So this would have definitely been a point of interest for me if I started looking for sells. Okay. This right here. And as you can see, when price gets into this zone, gives us a bit of a push around, but this is essentially what we would be looking for. The reason why I'm not a fan of trading like this is because the stop loss is too wide and I'm a scalper. Bow and arrow, baby. I need to be in and out. This is what I would ideally want. I would want to get in around here. Like something like this where price came in. I want to get in here. Okay. That changes my risk to reward to something like that. This is a bit better for me. Ideally, that's what I want my trades to look like. I don't want to. Like that. Okay. So you can't win them all, can't have them all. You got to take what the market gives you and just take it from there. So if I'm selling, that's what I'm looking at. If price ends up breaking past here and getting down into this zone, obviously within my time frame of between 8:30 to 11, I may consider buying up here. It depends on the higher time frame and when we are where we're at. And considering this is a strong zone, I'd probably sit out the buy. All right. So that is my analysis for NZD CAD. Let's go back to the chat. Let's go back to the chat. Oh man, the chat's been active. Let's see. Monganize. Okay, I think it's a phone like Monganize or something like that. Okay. Takunda. I'm gonna just call you Takunda. Takunda said, does I think he wants to say trading live help you with being more accountable? Bro, let me tell you guys the difference between live trading and everything else. When you're trading live, right? When you're backtesting. So let's select a random spot. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's say you're backtesting, okay? You're here, you're like, oh, I see there's a level right here. Once price breaks this, I'm going to buy. When price breaks this, breaks this, I'm going to sell. When price breaks this, I'm going to buy. This is not how I trade, by the way, guys. It's just for an example. So when you're backtesting, you're like, all right, watch. As soon as price gets to one of these levels, I'm in. All right, okay, that's me. right? So you're like, okay, I'm kind of here. All right, whatever. I'm going to put my stops maybe at the top of here and then aim for like a 1-2, God knows how long, whatever, 1-2, okay? You're going to do this all day. You're going to have somewhere you win. You're going to have somewhere you lose. You're going to have somewhere you do all right, okay? This is a bad example because it's too long. Let's say our stops was somewhere here, okay? So let's say we lost this trade. Then you're going to say, okay, what I'm going to do is, and let's say you keep following your strategy. You just keep taking trades, okay? It's easy for you to take these trades and be like, oh, okay, yeah, I would have taken that because there is no emotional attachment to this backtesting, right? And then you can say, actually, you know what? I truly say I would have probably closed here. You start telling yourself things. You start saying, oh, now we're up at this zone. So I'm just waiting for a price to give me a breakout candle and I'm done. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, let's see here. Oh, you know what? Actually, after I saw this and I saw this thing here, what I would have done is now when price comes back to break here, I'm in. I'm going to put my stop right here and then I'm going to aim for this level right here. Okay. And then you start making these on the fly adjustments. You start taking these and then it gets on. You're like, actually, you know what? I wouldn't have taken that because true say there was a gap. You're not trading for real because everything is hypothetical. There is no uncontrollable factor like there is in a live market. In a live market, I don't get to pause and say, what would I have done here? It doesn't work like that. That's number one. Number two, do you know what happens when you're getting ready to enter the market and price starts? Let me put this on play for a second and let me put it a little bit, maybe a little bit more like that. Okay, so you're trying to get in, market is moving. Do you know what happens to your heart rate and your mind? The second you say, okay, I'm going to sell and you see price give you a strong candle to the upside like this, you're like, oh, actually, no, I'm not going to sell. I'm going to wait. And you know what happens? You usually miss the trade just like this. Like this is a perfect example. This is exactly what happens. You were supposed to get in here at this. Let me get rid of this. At this point, you know what happened when you saw price was moving with speed towards your entry? You panicked because you don't want to lose money. Your brain, your heart, everything is like, oh my God. It's why a lot of people don't scalp in the beginning. It's too much. Bro, I would love one day I'm going to buy an Apple Watch and I'm going to put it on my wrist and I'm going to put the graph up when I'm trading for you guys to see what my heart rate is like sometimes, especially around New York Open, because New York Open will do this. Let's say your TP is, New York Open has been coming down. This is my TP right here, right? As soon as it's like 9:29, just like that. So as the time is counting, getting close to like, 9:30, my heart is racing because I know all it takes is one bad move. And you know what price is going to do as soon as it does this? It's going to go straight to your TP. Happens all the time. So when you're trading live, you don't calculate or account for all the emotional trauma, stress, stimulation that you've got to deal with. This is what makes trading challenging. It's being able to enter the trade while the stuff is happening and being able to keep your composure during the whole process. So that's why you can backtest and have like a 90% win rate, 80% win rate. And then in the live market, you're failing everything. It's because you're not able to think as methodically as you could before, and you're not able to compose yourself the way that you would when you were backtesting. So when you see prices coming up here, instead of entering like you've been practicing, you say, okay, no, I'm going to wait. You know what happened when it hits your TP? Oh, okay, you know what? Let me get in here because I know this trade is going to be a winner. So you probably do something like this, okay? You're like, I'm going to get in here. I'm going to put my stops right here. I still believe I can get a good 1 to 2 because price should be going down, okay? Let's see what happens. All right. It's exactly why I did this. Because how do I know price was going to do this? It happened to me 1,000 times. This is what happens every time you're backtesting. You're like, oh, shoot, I wouldn't have, or sorry, when you're trading live, I wouldn't have actually, you know what, I should have gotten here. Because you feel bad for missing and you're feeling FOMO and all these things. You're like, let me get in here and just put it here. This trade should be going down anyways. And what happens? Price takes you out. And sometimes after it takes you out, it'll continue going towards the downside, right? Or it might go up. But look, just what did I say? This is like clockwork. How do I know that this is going to happen? Is because this happened to me 1,000 times. You get in here saying, let me put my stops here. Price takes you out right there and then goes to your TP. Guess what you've got? You've got a missed trade and minus 1% or 2% depending on what you've risked. After this, you know what you do? You fold your, here's my laptop. You do this. You fold your hands, you go sit in the corner, and you just let the tears stream down your face. Trading is a brutal game. It'll make you feel stupid every day because it's not about the technicals. It's about your psychology. All right. So I kind of went off a tangent there, but that's why trading is difficult when you're trading live. Whew. All right. Let's get back to the chat. Let's see what we got here. So Let me see what people were saying here. FC Moses said, I already made 200 on Nas. Now my trading app closed and I'm washing dishes listening to the stream. That's what's up, Mozart. Very smart of you. Close the trades. Don't even look at it and listen to the stream, bro. We're going to do our best to make this live, make this entertaining, and make this educational as well. Okay, so he corrected himself with trading. Shaq said, what is your capital on funded account and what is your goal per payout? So I have a bunch of funded accounts. Some are 50K, some are more. But my goal is so for me personally, I don't have a target as to how much percent I want to make. I try not to trade like that because my job, I'm very systematic. Marcus will tell you. I look at everything like my job as a trader is to show up every day and take the setups that present themselves. So if I show up today and my setup is not there, I did what I was supposed to do as a trader. I wasn't supposed to force a trade. But if my setup showed up and I didn't take a trade, I failed as a trader. That's the way I trade. So I take the setups that show themselves. Some go really well, some don't. And that's just how I trade. So some months, I remember a couple months ago, I made I think 13% in a couple days, right? Because some days you just have crazy streaks. And then other times too, you're like 3, 5%, sometimes even 1% just for the month, just for the week because of break even. So I just treat it like that. That's how I do it. Everybody figures out their own system because their financial needs are different, their psychology is different, and their trade setups are different. All right. Where are we at now? So Jeffrey said, I'm from South Africa and I speak 7 of the South African. Bro, you are a machine. Bro, when I was in... if you guys go check out my Instagram stories or my travel highlights, I talked about this. Bro, when I was in Colombia, people... Because, in Colombia, there are people my color, there are people different color, right? There's a lot of different colors there and everybody speaks Spanish. So they come up to, hey, ¿qué pasa? ¿Cómo estás? And I'm just like... I don't even know what to say. I would just be like, Or my thing was, oh, okay. I don't know. You know when someone's talking to you and they're yapping and the response after is like, oh, that's crazy. That person did not hear a single word. That was my response all throughout Colombia. People come up to you, hey, ¿qué pasa? I'm like, Jesus, bro. They'd be rapping to me. I couldn't hear a single word. So if you speak 7 languages, having a conversation with you would be very interesting. Very interesting. USDJPY is going up. Shaq said, okay, we're going to check it out. Black Hall gave a wave. What's good, Black Hall? Welcome back. Yolomi put, are those toilet seats for swing trading and toilet paper? Yo, Yolomi, you're on this. This is a war you started by yourself, bro. I'm not finna get it out with you, bro. That is crazy. Yo, to all the swing traders, that's between you and Yolomi. Mr. R said, I have a very bad habit. If I'm in a losing streak or a drawdown in prop, I always lose patience and put some big lots and start gambling. Yes, because the way you are as an individual is when you make... This is why the martingale strategy was such a popular strategy back in the day. What martingale is basically when you take a position and price starts to go against you, you put in an even bigger size. And you just keep maximizing the size so that as price starts to go up, you can start recouping your losses. The reason why it's not the best is because as human beings, we hate to be wrong and we hate to lose money. And those two things are present in trading. So what you're doing when you lose your trade is and it happens to me. I remember the other day, last month, I took a trade like that. I lost the trade because price wicked me out and I was so pissed. It did something like what you're seeing here. And I'm like, I was so mad. I'm like, nah, bro, this is going to go down. So I entered another trade and I made back my money and some. But after I was done, I'm like, bro, you really shouldn't have done that. Even though you got your money back, that's a bad habit. You can't revenge trade, right? As human beings, we want to make back the money we lost. This is why casinos are so profitable. Because when you go in and you put in a 5 and you made 10, then you lose the whole 10. You're like, nah, bro, yo, give me some more money. You're like, I'm not leaving here till I make my money. You can't treat trading like that. This is a business, okay? I put in $500 here. That was my risk. I lost it. This is the cost of business. That's all, okay? My wife and I, like I said, we have 4 businesses. There are days where you take L's. You can't avoid it. It's just what's required to be in business. What do you think happens when customers want a refund? You know what I mean? When customers you did a job, a project, whatever the case is, it was 3K, 2K, 1K, 400, whatever the case is. Customers like, hey, don't want it, change mine, whatever. You have to give a refund. Am I going to go to the next client, choke him by the neck and be like, oh, I got to make this money back? No. You take the L and then you just try and make it back other ways. You do promotions, you do sales, or you hopefully can boost your stream of clientele for that week, for that season, and it can make back up with tips and different things, right? So this is just how the world works, all right? So try your best not to take it personal. This is another thing that if somebody asked me what prevented you from being profitable, I would say this. I had an ego in the market. I hate to be wrong, because in my personal life, let me not say I don't take L's. Everyone takes L's. I mean, like, there's nothing I put my mind to do that I like don't succeed at. If I say I'm going to learn to paint, I'll eventually be successful at painting. Trading's not like that. It doesn't matter who you think you are. You're going to get humbled every day. And so what would happen is that if I took a loss like this, guess what I'm doing? I'm backtesting for the next 26 hours. I gotta learn the market. I wanna be the most accurate person ever. I've got to be perfect in the market. I don't take L's. I'm not used to taking, but with trading, you have to take L's. So it took me forever to get accustomed to losing. That's why someone wrote a book called The Best Loser or The Biggest Loser Wins. You got to learn to lose. When you learn to lose, you start to understand, oh, it's nothing personal. The market is unpredictable. The market is about one thing. This word right here. Okay? If I spelled it correctly. Is it probability or probability? Okay, so I spelled it correctly. Okay, this is what the market is about right here. What we're trying to figure out is what is the probability that price will go up and price will go down. I'll give you an example. Okay, what are the chances that price is going to go up? Okay, to me, there's a 30% chance that price is going to go up. Okay, that's why I entered here, because the probabilities tell me, based on market structure and everything, there's a higher chance that price is going to go down. This is all you're figuring out when you're trading, guys, by the way. Like, you can say, oh, there's a big inefficiency and an imbalance and a BISI and a SIBI and a CHOCH and all these different terms. You can say the two bats were fighting the dog, and so therefore the stars have aligned and I should sell. Say what you want. All you are actually determining when you get into a position is, what are the chances price is going to go up? What are the chances price is going to go down? That is all. Trading is 100% a probability game. None of us know what price is actually going to do next. And again, when you're new, you think, I need to find a strategy that tells me what price is going to do next. This is why you keep failing and hopping strategies. You need a strategy that indicates which direction price is going to go, and then you build a system on how to manage your risk around those probabilities. This is why we have risk to reward ratio 1-2, so that if I am wrong, I'll lose 1. If I am right, I win 2. That means I got to be right half the time to make double my money, basically. And even if I'm wrong, let's say 6 times out of 10, I would still be profitable. Okay? So that's all that it is. What are the chances prices going up? What are the chances prices going down? This is probability. So if you try to do the whole, I need to know where price is going next, you're going to fail as a trader. It's probability. Alrighty. Boy, let's get back to this chat real quick. Jeffrey said, Mr. R, me and you have both, bro. That's how I got to 9.3% of drawdown. Yeah, guys, please look. I'm gonna open a channel that will teach you guys how to approach taking challenges and what you can do to be disciplined. I was talking to Marcus. I don't know if Marcus is in here, but he was saying, like, bro, the way you trade, you and I are different, because Marcus likes to manage his trades. He likes to be in there at position. Me, I treat myself like I can't trust myself. So my system is this: you enter the trade, you walk away. If interfering with the trade is going to be a problem for you, walk away. Let it either hit your stop loss or take profit. That's how I got funding. That's how I got payouts. I didn't mess with my trade. Recently, especially when I was in the Forex Funded Trading series, I kept going from break even to a little bit under. Break even to a little bit under. Why? Because I keep messing with my trades. When it's supposed to hit a 1-2, I'm cutting at like a 1-1, sometimes a 1-1.5. But when I'm losing a full percent. And when I was going through the losing streak, I was losing more than I was winning. So that became a problem. Had I just followed it, I would be up like back 3, maybe even 4%. You see what I'm saying? So I just stopped messing with my trades. I would put in a position, I'd walk away. I'd come back. Sometimes I get a notification, you thing hits stop loss. And it hurts sometimes, right? You're like, sheesh. But at least you didn't interfere. And now what will happen is that sometimes you'll see that price came, let's say, all the way up here and then ended up reversing on you. Those hurt too, but at least you're letting your trades play out. There's a reason why you set your TP where you set your TP and where you put your stop loss. There's a reason for those two. Trust your system and trust your edge. So that's what I do, guys. Learn to walk away. Don't take, you know what I mean, every trade you see and try and make back your money. Live to trade another day. All right. Heart Effects. Yo, what's good, Heart? He said, hello, sorry I'm late. It's all good, bro. Better late than never. He said he's at his job. Yo, make your money. All right. Those of you who have a job and can trade, you're going to be automatically less stressed out than the people who are trading this with all their life, putting their rent money and these things in there. Make your money. You know, the Bible says in the morning, go to your job, and in the evening, don't let your hands be idle. That's what you guys are doing, and it's smart. Okay, make your money and try to grow it through trading. Eventually they'll both hit and you will be smiling all the way to the bank. Carmelo said, my Euro GBP alert is going crazy right now. Price is so indecisive. Oh shit, I'm gonna take a look at Euro GBP right now. Hard if I said, okay, so in Tokozo, are you from, oh, I was about to ask if you're from South Africa. So yeah, he's from South Africa. What's good, bro? Welcome. He said hello. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the family. Join the Discord. We are a group of great people. We love and support each other. Yolomi is like she's gonna be mad if I say this. I'll just leave it alone. Yolomi's one of our OGs in here. She's from South Africa as well. There's a couple people from South Africa in here. Some people from Kenya. So chop it up. Join the family. We would love to have you in here. Max Power said, as Colombian, I can tell you we speak fast. Yes, you guys do. Man, you guys sound like Pitbull when you guys are talking. I couldn't hear. All I hear is not possible. So imposible or something like that. And then no español, hablo español. No English, hablo inglés. That's all I hear. That's all I hear is just those three words. Everything is like, I'm like, holy God, bro. I can't hear not one word. Marcus Aegis said, best loser wins is fire. Absolutely. In Tokozo again said, in your personal opinion, what are the best maybe 5 or 4 pairs to trade? Or what is the best number of pairs to trade? I'm currently trading 7 FX pairs. Brother or sister, forgive me if I don't know who you are. 7 pairs is quite the task, okay? I have these here is because I analyze for other people. But you see these top 3, NAS 100, US 30 and SPX, those are the only 3 I look at. And you know that my trading style is literally based on one of those pairs every month or every season. You'll never see me like I'm trading US 30 and I'm trading NAS as well. It's very rare. The setup on NAS has to be picture perfect for me to take it. I usually just stick to one pair. Let me tell you guys something, okay? You need to marry a pair. If you don't marry a pair and understand the way it breeds and moves, it's going to be hard for you to be profitable. Now, that's not to say you can't trade 7 pairs and be profitable. Some people, their brain just works like that. For me, I can only tell you what works for me. I married one pair, and when I mastered that one pair, I could trade other pairs. You need to learn. The reason why when people ask me to look at, I think Carmelo said Euro GBP is what he's looking at right now. So we can even go there and I can give you an example. 1 second. Yeah, Euro GBP. So let's take a look. GBP. Okay. The reason why when people ask me to analyze their pairs that I've never analyzed before, do you know why I go out this far to the weekly? I need to understand how this pair breeds and moves and what it's more likely to do than the other. Is it going to range? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? If you don't understand how your pair breeds, in other cases where a setup, like let's say a flag pattern, a bullish pennant, a triangle should work, it may not work. Why? Because this pair, let's say if it's supposed to go to the upside, this pair usually goes down. So it'll fake you out and go. You need to understand these things. So in my opinion, marry one pair. I trade a maximum of 3 pairs. And for the most part, I don't think anybody has ever seen me take it live on SPX. At least in these series and these recent days. I haven't traded SPX in like almost a year now. Okay, it's all US 30 and sometimes NAS. You need to learn one pair, in my opinion. Once you marry the pair and you understand how it breeds, you start to understand why each pair acts the way it does. They're all influenced by different markets and different factors. Okay, US 30, for example, is a derivative of the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones is the best 30 companies in the US economy. So you have a lot of investors who are bullish on it. That's why that pair, if you go to US 30 and you zoom out, look at US 30. US 30 goes down, it's never really been, goes up, it's never really been down. It just continues to go up. So when you understand this is primarily a bullish pair, you understand what to look for as you go down the time frames. So you need to understand your pair, what it does, how it moves. Okay, how does it set up structure? Look at this pair. This pair seems to respect the life out of this line right here. Every time it gets into somewhere within this region, price will give a sharp push to the upside or to the downside. Okay, most of the time it's towards the upside. So that tells you that this is a pair that respects levels. Okay, similar situation happened down here. So just by looking at this, I can tell that if price has a very strong level that it can't break, I shouldn't mess with that level because this is a pair that respects levels. So marry one pair, understand what makes it tick, understand what makes it move, understand what makes it smile, understand what makes it upset, understand what makes it happy, understand what makes it tell you you're sleeping on the couch tonight, understand it, marry the pair. Okay, and everything else will fall in place. After I mastered SPX, that's when everything changed for me. All right. Professor said, true, traders are professional loss managers. Exactly. Risk management. Let me tell you guys right now, risk management is what separates trading from gambling. That's all. It's risk management. That's all that it is. All right. K-Dot said, for one of my trades yesterday, I was so tempted to change my TP because I saw the price pull back. Those are very tempting. Don't do it. Just let it. If you're going to do anything, either close the full position or close a portion and move your stops to break even. Even then, I try not to do it because every time I've done that, I've always lost the trade and it ended up going to my TP. I've always been stopped out at break even and it went up to TP. I hate those, so I just leave those alone. Nkoso said, that's how I found you through Marcus. I watched the most recent video on Alex G. Oh, shout out to you, man. A lot of people have come here from Marcus for sure. Marcus is in here, by the way. So guys, if you're here from Marcus, show some love in the chat for Marcus Adrian, one of the most selfless, humble people I know. I know on YouTube sometimes he comes off like a bit of a pit bull, like he's trying to take people down. He's not like that at all in real life. He's the most calm. Marcus is like, you guys ever watch Dragon Ball Z? You guys remember this guy? Oh man, you guys gotta remember this guy. 1 second. Android. I think it was. Yeah. Yo, Marcus, make this your profile picture. This is you right here, bro. This is you. This is Marcus Adrian. Okay. This is Marcus Adrian. Marcus Adrian comes off like an intimidating person, but he's a really kind soul. Okay. If you guys remember DBZ, I almost said Marcus 16. Android 16 looked the most intimidating. He looked like he'd rip you to shreds, but he loved nature. He was a very kind person. He had a soft soul. He was a great person. This is how Marcus is. So show some love to Marcus. He's a very nice person. On YouTube, he may come off, let's say, a little bit more stern, maybe, but he's actually a great person. Marcus, if you're in here, change your profile picture, all your socials, change it to Android 16. I'm gonna start calling you Marcus 16 from now on. Jeffrey said, in Togozo, we should link up. I'm from JHB. Okay, Johannesburg, if I'm not mistaken, right? Jeffrey, is that Johannesburg? Mr. R said, thanks for the advice. It really motivated me. Anytime, Mr. R, man. I'm glad you learned something from that for sure. Let me switch the screen so that those who are coming to see live trading don't go like, what the heck is going on in here, bro? And Kozo said, I'm a guy. So first, you did pronounce my name kind of correctly, which is really cool. Most people can't even get through. It's very easy. Oh, I appreciate it, bro. I try my best to respect people's names like the way it's supposed to be pronounced. So thank you for that. That encourages me to try and pronounce it even better. Baba Nthembu. Oh, Nthembu. Are you South African as well? He said, he or she said, wise words, lesson learned. Awesome. I'm glad you guys are learning something from this. Yolomi said OG. Yes. All right. So she's cool with OG. Because last time I said something, she said, hey, what's wrong with that? Yolomi's always scolding me, bro. I told her one time in the chat, I was telling everybody how I just learned to ride a bike, got my motorcycle license. I'm getting a bike. She was like, don't you dare. She was going on. She basically had the same opinion as my wife. So that's why I say Yolomi's our OG in here. So if you guys are from South Africa, here is the OG of the South Africans. She was like the first one in here, which is Yolomi. Say it, show some love to Yolomi, guys. She said, I see all my homies here. That's what's up. All right. So again, coming back. Gosh, water break or juice break. Coming back to the whole trading thing, if you guys are trading multiple pairs, try and trade one pair. We're going to look at GBP, Euro GBP real quick because Caramel said that his trading was going off. Caramel, I don't know if you're still in here because they go in and out. Like Caramel works like 16-hour shifts. So he works at the hospital. He deals with, imagine having to deal with crazy patients and then coming home to trade. He must have like a heart monitor on every time. That's got to be stress. So he said his trade was going off. I don't know what he's looking at for today, but he's a swing trader. So maybe we can anticipate what he's in. Let's take a look. On the 4-hour, what we got right now? So we have price essentially giving us this kind of like this channel, broke this channel. And then started giving us this area here where... Okay, and then... price started breaking some highs. So first price broke this high here, okay? And then it formed this high, Okay, mind you, we have this all-time high to, not all-time high, but we have this high to kind of clear. So price has started making, and this is my pattern, guys. Okay, so price was coming down, up, down, and then it broke up some more. Unfortunately, it did this first, so it wouldn't really work for me. But we've broken structure towards the upside, and now it's starting to give us higher highs and higher lows. Okay, it gave us a new higher high from recent price action, and then it started giving us lower lows. But then it's correcting itself, and we're here. Okay, so we need to see, right, because price eventually, after coming back up here, is breaking down now, and it broke these intermediate lows. Okay, so we need to see if price is going to continue down this way or if it's going to make its way back up. So that's what we need to determine. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on here. Let's start marking some support and resistance real quick just to get a good idea of what's going on. You can see that whenever price gets to this level, it respects this level. Price has come down into here and is pushing towards this side. For me personally, if I'm swinging, if I'm not already in a position, I'm not getting into any buys until we break this, because there's a good chance we might still actually go down, because this was actually the most recent high, and price literally, did it even, no, it didn't. So if you move this up, I know you guys may not be able to see if you're on a phone, but look. Okay, if you move this all the way up for it to get to the top of the thing, there's a small, or is it equal? Actually, how we can figure this out is this. If I go over to, by the way, guys, if you hover over a candle on TradingView, you see this OHLC. This is open, high, low, and close. So if I hover over this candle, it tells me the candle opened at 0.86034. So this was the opening price right there, right? You can see it to the left-hand side over here that it's like, it'll say 3.5 because I'm not really accurate, but you get it, right? So 0.86034 is the opening, okay? The highest was 0.86044. So let me make that the coordinates, okay? Price bar, why? Let me see. Oh, because there's two. Okay, so it's 0.85 802, right? Am I tripping? 0.85802. Okay, cool. So that's the high. Oh, no wonder. I'm like, yo, that doesn't make no sense. Okay, let me do this again. Oh, I see why. All right, guys, I have to apologize. I gotta get rid of this and use this instead. Okay, and then use that. Bear with me. I just want to prove a point. 0.85802. 858. Okay. Oops. 85802. What in God's green earth is going on here? This is the high. Oh. So because I moved this, that's why. So it's 86132. Wrong one. 86132. Okay, cool. So that's the high of this candle right here. And you can see that when I zoom in really hard, okay, this high did not break this high. Man, that was such a complicated thing just to prove that it didn't break the high, right? So technically, I'm saying all this to say, technically, it didn't break, it didn't give us a higher high. So we might actually be forming bullish structure. So that means if I'm swinging, I might start looking at positions, places where I can say, okay, maybe somewhere within this range, because that's a gap right there, price might start to go down. Some people would look at this and say, this is an order block, okay? And they would say, okay, well, price is now respecting this order block. And they would start looking for entries probably on the half an hour time frame and looking for a way to go down. So over here on the half hour time frame, I would be looking for this price going up, breaks down, and then I'm getting in for a retracement. Okay, that's what I'd be looking for. Also, I can see the way price is formulating here, right? I always tell you guys this. Let me switch. If price has been going down steadily, like giving us proper market structure, right? Like really strong. And then when it's going up, it's doing this. Right? This is what you call a pullback. It's usually a pullback to something around here that it's going to use to do this. All right. So the way price is forming on the half an hour tells me we might actually get a pullback in one of these areas. So that's essentially what I'll look at. I don't know if Carmelo is in a buy or in a sell. Only God knows. but we'll wait for him to answer us. In the meantime, what we can do before we end the stream, I'm gonna call it today at 12. Okay, so we'll be here for another 18 minutes, and then I'm gonna call it. Not recently, since I got back, I've been doing way longer live streams. It used to be like 10 to 11, right? Because I got work to do, bro. Yesterday, you guys had me dead. I streamed for like 3 hours, had to work. Terrible, but I love you guys, so I do it. But anyways, I'm essentially going to wait for price to break one of these two, so I can literally set alerts there and say, no, wait, what is going on here? Oh, is it because of this? Yeah, I think it's because we're in replay mode. Oh. Oh, wow. That's interesting. What, you guys, what just happened? What just happened? What was I looking at just now? Did I not have a bearish gap and all that? Like, what just happened? How far away were we? Am I tripping? Oh, it was here that we were at. Oh, my fault. Oh my gosh, bro. You guys, I think I need a Red Bull or something, bro. My brain is zooked. Okay, let's go back. So we were on replay mode. And what I was trying to do is I was trying to set an alert, because in my mind, we're in the live market. This is so bad. All right. So what I was basically saying is that I'm waiting for price to break one of the two, and then I would start considering. So there you go. All right. So price ultimately starts breaking this. This is when I would start looking for, sells to get into, and it ultimately goes down. All right. So that's what I was trying to illustrate. I thought we were in the live market, so I was doing this to set an alert. I'm like, how come I can't set an alert? But as you can see with the analysis, if I was at this level here, because I was telling you about how this pair moves when it gets to strong levels, I would be looking at it. It didn't break this high. So because it didn't break this high, I'm bearish, right? So now that I'm bearish, I was looking at the half hour to see where I can start getting in. Price at this time was here. Was like right here. So essentially all I wanted to see was price do this. Because we went up, down, up. I just wanted to see price break this. And then I was either going to get in right away or wait for a retracement to go down. That's all I was looking for. Okay. And price ended up going down, I believe. Well, it gave us a lower high first. So a lower high, then a bit of a higher low, another lower high, and then it broke down. All right. So it ended up going the way that we want. And you guys, by the way, this happens, okay? So you're going to have a situation where price will do what you're expecting to do, but it doesn't allow you to get in all the way because it didn't move the way that you expected it. It happens. Just understand this is life, all right? So Carmelo, when he comes back, he will tell us what he's got going on with Euro GBP. In the meantime, we've got about 15 minutes. If there's any other pair you guys want me to analyze, I got 15 minutes. So y'all got to let me know. What's it called? Marcus Adrian put in the fire chat and he said Alex G is going to be pissed. Oh boy, why? What happened? Oh, maybe I should go and check this out, guys. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. I got to see what's going on here. Oh shoot, okay. So I see as soon as I refreshed my tab, it popped up right away. Okay, so right away.
Looking for a smarter way to mop?
And you uploaded 2 hours ago and it's already at 1,200 views. Yeah, this is going to be. Is it not? These mentors get exposed like this, isn't it? It's pretty clear that this guy's a scammer. You'd be dumb to think otherwise. He'd be getting exposed. It's not the first time. So I believe I can trade $100. No, I can't. If this is true, then this is going to be crazy. Yeah, so well, it's sketchy that it doesn't show the previous trades. Yeah, he said that he was testing a new broker for a challenge. He hides the brokers to not give them free advertising. He's always done that. I mean, people are going to have mixed opinions. Here's the thing that happens with situations like this, guys. Whenever you have situations like this where you talk about someone's beloved, people cannot separate their heart from the logical things that are going on. I say this all the time. If someone did a video, in fact, somebody came into my chat one time and was like, yo, Marcus did this and did that. And I'm like, are you sure? So I'm going to ask Marcus about it. And then he explained. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Because even though I love Marcus and Marcus is a homie and a brother, if Marcus does something wrong, I can't defend it just because of the love. Like, you have to let the truth prevail, right? And so this happens the most with ICT guys. ICT guys are, bro, if I didn't know any better, I would say he's selling them Kool-Aid. They're just like, they worship the man. I've never seen grown adults put their trust in a man the way people do in ICT. It's insane, right? So this is going to be super interesting. We'll see what happens. But a lot of people are reacting to the whole expose that the guy made. I think the video that the guy made, if we go back, we type in FX Alex G exposed, right? Where's the one that we watched the other day, Marcus? I sent Marcus the link. No. We've watched a bunch of these already, Marcus, but I can't see the one. I think, you know what? Forget it, guys. This is not one of those streams anyways. But long story short, it gets a little sketchy with those things. FX Alex G, if it's all true, then it's really sad. But then again, a lot of people in this industry do this, man. They come in here, they show only highlights of them winning, and then they sell you the course for 4K. And then you buy the course and realize it's this. This is what most people's courses are when you pay like 5K for them. So let me go to a pair we don't trade. Let's do AUD JPY maybe. Have we done that? Okay, perfect. So you buy this course thinking you're finally going to get an amazing breakdown of how, you're going to learn some secret sauce. And the first, like, let's say if it's a 20 or a 12, part video training series, the first like 9 is this. First video is this. What is a pip? A pip is a change in price point, percentage or price movement, whatever, right? Then the next day it's like, what's a candlestick, right? Candlestick is like, like this, and this is the open, this is the close, this is the low, this is the high, blah, 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 blah. Then eventually when it comes to strategy, eventually they'll have a video called strategy. They're like, we're going to teach you how you can find the best strategy in the market. You're going to find one of two things when it comes to these courses. Trend lines. Stuff you can find on baby pips. Trend lines, right? Or, where's it at? Indicators, bro. Lots and lots of indicators. And they're going to say, when the indicator comes over here. In fact, let me show you guys something. I have an indicator that I had coded, but it sucked, so I never used it. But this indicator was supposed to tell me whenever price changes to get in for a buy, and whenever price, crosses over to go in for a sell. And on average, depending on the pair, it looks like it works, but in real time, it's hard to use. I made this indicator a while ago. I even showed Marcus. It's just not the greatest thing. But this is what people sell you. They sell you these indicators, and they're like, yeah, look at my indicator. And this is what they do. So they'll go back and say, guys, so just imagine if you bought right here when it said sell. Sorry, if you sold right here. So this indicator is so accurate. Look, as soon as it changed over here, wait for it. Oh God, look, it doesn't even say. The sell doesn't even come on. Oh, it's right here. I'm sorry. So they would say, as soon as I got over here, because remember, it's hindsight, right? So they would say, as soon as it says to sell, I would hit the sell button and I would put my stops just above this high to be safe. And I would aim, let's see, I want to aim for like the bottom or whatever the case is. And then they would show you a trade like this where it just goes straight down and you're like, oh my God, right? Because you think it's the Holy Grail. And it turns out to just be another ShamWow. All right, guys. So I know this stream has gone from live trading to all sorts of weird stuff. But the bottom line is, don't believe everything you see, guys. A lot of these people, unfortunately, aren't as real as they claim to be. So just take everything with a grain of salt. Even me, don't take every word at face value. Backtest what I say, all that good stuff, so that you guys are not being misled. K-Dot said, did you try scaling into positions? Yeah, I did, but I find the way I trade, I love taking, because I love sniper entries. If I am scaling to position, let's say, just for a sake of example, let's say I got in right here, okay, and price is going down. My next spot would be like right here. And I wouldn't get in when price breaks here. I would get in when price returns to here. That's the way I like to trade, right? So I'd get in when price returns to this level. And then I would, maybe if I see another structure or opportunity there, I might get in over here as well. But again, that's when price returns to that level. So that's the way I like to trade, but I don't typically scale in. Okay. Alex is having a Q and okay, wait, I skipped. Vert said fire. Marcus said tons of those types of indicators. Absolutely. It's a million of those. And they're all just decorated nicely, but they don't really do anything. Marcus Adrian said, sorry, Yomi said Alex is having a Q&A at 5 Eastern Standard. Ooh, I'll be busy, unfortunately. I will be so locked in. I have things to do at then. At 7:30, I have another meeting. I'll be out as well, so I wouldn't be able to be there. But maybe Marcus can watch and give us an update. So Marcus, there's a video idea for you. He's having a Q&A. Might want to check it out. Okay, it's hard to code a fast moving average strategy without some sort of filter. Yeah, bro. Coding and trading, trying to code something for trading is very difficult as it is. And all indicators, as you guys are aware, they're kind of lagging indicators, so they don't really work that well. You know what I mean? Bert said, I didn't understand the price return. Can you explain again? The price. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me take all these indicators off so it's clear. So I'll give you an example. I will use this. Because this is hindsight, I can kind of get away with this. All right. So let's imagine that I'm anticipating price to go down. I'm going to get in when price breaks this low. Okay. So I'm bearish. I'm selling. Okay. So the way I would scale in is this. When price breaks this low, I'm in, stops above there. All right. So here is one sell. Okay. There's one sell. We have one sell here. Price is right there. At this point, let's say I'm aiming for down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at other things. So as price is developing, I will say, okay, let's see. Well, I can see there's another gap right here. So I will say when price returns to this gap right here, that doesn't make sense. It's too close. But let's say I'll go halfway. Okay. This will be my second position. Okay. So price gets in. All right, cool. Perfect. So prices broke this level. So this is even better. Prices broke this level. There's a gap here. My second position would probably be like this. Sometimes I like to still do it like this to be on the safe side. So when price gets to that level as well, I'm going to get in for another sell. Okay. There we go. So here's the next position. All right. And then I would wait for price to come down some more. Oh my God, that's scary. All right. So price came up to that level. Maybe price breaks there. Gives me another structure I can base. Okay, good. So maybe seeing something like this now, I would say to myself, when price returns back to this zone, I get like, that's how I would do it. So I like when price is returning to a level or a point of interest. I don't like to say, oh, price broke this low here. As soon as it breaks, I'm going to get in. Price breaks this low, I'm going to get in. That's how people usually do it. I don't like to do it like that. I like to do it when price is returning to a level. That's how I typically trade, right? So that's how I would do it. I hope that makes sense. Yolomi said, I love ICT. Yes. Oh, Yolomi, I know. All right. But people just can't separate the man from his concepts, right? His concept, he's not even like, it's not even like people hate him. The people have done exposés on ICT. I don't think they have a personal agenda against him. It's just a lot of the things he has said that people are like, wait a minute, that's crazy. And then so for example, the FX Alex G situation, nobody hates FX Alex G. I think Marcus has even spoken to him at one point. Nobody hates him, but there's an expose video on him. So we as traders who've been trading for a while, who are a bit experienced, we look at the videos, we look at the evidence presented, and then we give our opinion. But people just can't understand that. They think you hate the person. And they always say, oh, it's because the person is more successful than you. All right. If I can't speak the truth on somebody more successful than me, what kind of world are we in? Okay, it's one thing if I came in here and I said, FX Alex G is a piece of blah, 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 blah. He's worse. Or ICT is a garbage individual. No, it's like ICT said, for example, he's going to win the Robbins Cup. Right now, he's not winning. That's an objective fact. ICT said he was kidnapped by Sambalat and Tobias to learn the algorithm. That's an objective fact that he stated. If I hear it, I will give my thoughts. You know what I mean? So people just, I don't know, people are weird. And my thing is, if these type of videos upset you, go outside, touch some grass. Don't watch these videos. They're not for you. Oh, wow. Imagine this taking us out at the end. And it does. Right? So if those type of videos like offend you, don't watch. go watch something else. It's not for you. But people will always give their opinion. You know how many people come into my videos and cuss me? They think I'm working with the Forex Funder. F you, man. You're an effing liar. You're being paid for these guys. Meanwhile, I am being destroyed by these guys just like you guys. People have their opinions. There's nothing you can do about it. A guy came into my live one time challenging me on, we were talking about like not even liquidity, just how price will, when you see price doing stuff like this where it just wicks and takes out the highs and then goes down. I was saying it's by design. He's like, what the F are you talking about? No, he didn't say what the F. He's like, what are you talking about, buddy? No one's hunting your stop loss. What the heck? Ha 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 ha. And I wasn't even talking about that. People have their opinions, such as life, right? So anyways, guys, it's 11:57. We've got 3 minutes. Let's make the best of these 3 minutes, okay? We didn't get to really analyze anything else. US 30 for the most part today was all right, but you can see, oh, look, so it came into my second area, but it was at 11 o'clock, so I didn't get in. But look, it came into the second point of interest, and then remember when it was up here in the gray zone, I said I wouldn't touch that. I'm waiting for it to get in here, and now it's falling. I love indices, man. They my people. So yeah, guys, we got like 2 minutes. I think I'm probably just going to call it here. I love each and every one of you guys. Don't forget to join the Discord, like this live. Please hit the like button, guys. It helps me out a lot. Comment, share, subscribe. It was a pleasure. And as always, in fact, I never do this anymore. Let me show you my lovely face. I love each and every one of you guys. It's always a pleasure to stream with you guys. We'll be back here tomorrow around the same time, usually around 10 o'clock, sometimes 9:30, but for the most part, it'll be around 10 o'clock. All right, guys, join the Discord. I love each and every one of you guys. It's been fun. Can't wait to do the next one tomorrow. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.